Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So apologies for missing both Saturday and Monday's video. I was at a convention and a few video plans didn't really work out, so I decided to just skip those 2 days. But I have been working on this sketchbook for probably what I would consider too long. Obviously the duration of sketchbooks can vary from person to person or even just abandoned, but for me, this one's been here for too long and I'm 100% ready just to move on. So I went ahead and did the last page kind of off screen and very quickly instead of showing it like I usually do for a sketchbook kind of doodles video. So today instead I am going to be just doing the sketchbook tour now. So if you're not familiar, this is my kind of blank notebook design that I made through Vogue Grace. This one is my baby's breath notebook and has a white band. And I do like this design quite a bit. It's a little bit beat up just because of how long I've had it. And I keep taking it to different places, so it's getting a little bit beat up. So let's go ahead and open this one. And let's take a look of the first inside page. So like I mentioned, I like doing usually a video for the first page and the last page of my sketchbook, and I like to keep it as a theme and match kind of the aesthetic. And the first page I like to do something like a welcome page. In this case, we have game start with a loading bar. I have gamer Wonu from 17, kind of like an old style Game Boy-esque kind of game aesthetic. And right here we have our start date and our end date. Exact sized notebook in the past, which I think I took 5 to 6 months each. Also, there's a lot of fan art in here and I drew a lot of my OCs. If you have any questions, leave a timestamp and I'll let you know who's on what page if you need it. But yeah. Next page, right here, we have the back side, which you can see I did the planning mostly for the inside cover. So I kind of wanted to figure out the layout or the text or however I wanted to do kind of just planning for the theme for the front side and then potentially match the back side. So water-based marker doodles of Wonu to kind of start off the sketchbook. Using more carrot colors, so rose quartz and serenity. Next up, I have a lot of notes in the sketchbook, so I have some sticky notes here with some notes of me writing down things regarding the little animation I did of Nouvelette based on one of his voice lines from the game. I have another sticky note of planning out a setup for my sketchbook so that I could have this thing properly propped up instead. And it's covering a sketch of Hito where I didn't really like his face. Then we have Enna, Millie. So these are VTubers from Nijisanji EN. So I really liked their new outfits when they were making their unit Zutomo. So I wanted to draw them at the time. So this is back in November, I believe. Then we have an Ike spread with 2 different colors alongside with a black fine liner. Then after that we have Pomu. So the next few spreads, starting right here, are of all my Oshis from Nijisanji EN. So we had Ike, we had Pomu before she graduated. I have a little note of how I wanted to plan out a little pixel shimiji of her. Then next up we have Reimu. So this one's done with the kind of same method, but we used blue and pink this time. After that, we have Albin. Yeah, this spread's a little bit of a mess with the colors and just the lines in general. But another page with water-based markers. Another one of Albin. I love this outfit. I wish to draw more of it, so hopefully in the future I will digitally. But this one's done with graphite, a little bit of water-based markers. Next up, we have my OC Sato. So I think I was testing a type of pen. I'm not too sure which one it... Oh, wait. Nope, I might be wrong. I was gonna say it might be one of my multi-pens, but I'm not too sure if I had it at this point. Kaida Haru from Nijisanji JP. So just graphite, once again, accent colors with water-based markers. I like these sketches, I think they're cute. More sketches of Kaida Haru. This is done with watercolors alongside with a kind of black fine liner or kind of liquid ink pen. After that, we have Kaidaharu again. So this one I wanted to pick out colors that I thought that would suit his new outfit at the time. So yeah, picked a yellow, a gray, and kind of like a dusty grayish blue color, which looks super cute together. So water-based markers and a water-based fine liner. I think this is the same pen and pencil combination that I did with the previous Sato page. So this is my OC Maseki. I used some sticky notes right here, which are kind of like neutral colored, kind of more autumn-ish colored to cover up the bleed through from the next page, which is alcohol markers. So this is Charlotte. I want to do more like this, so hopefully I will in the future, just because I do like the look of a full spread with color like this. That's a little bit more of a cleaner application. This paper is thin, so there's a lot of bleed through. But I like using sticky notes. So sticky notes to cover up bleed through always helps if you want to do some extra sketches on the opposite page, or you can also glue in or tape in like cardstock or another sheet of paper. Someone did give me the tip that if you have sticker paper or like label paper, I'm assuming it's the matte kind, you could definitely stick it over top of these pages and use it as a regular page. So I might dig around to see if I have any left to do that for future spreads. But we have Ike Eveland and some other outfits from different promotions. So ballpoint pen, and then we have graphite. I hope you guys can see. I'm not too sure if the light's too bright from my window here. Kirara from Genshin Impact with, I think we used, was it 2 colors? 3 colors. 3 colored marker spread. So right now we're in December. Paint swatches here from, I think it's the Artex acrylic markers. And then I was trying to design a new OC. So the interesting thing is I don't think I showed this before, but this was actually the pre-planning of when I started wanting another OC to help accompany Maseki. And I went through a little bit of like a hard time because I want an OC with a certain aesthetic, but the aesthetic that I like kind of looks like Wonu, so I don't really want him to look like him. So I kept changing it up. So I was gonna do someone with like messier, fluffier, curlier hair, or we were gonna go with messier, kind of longer hair, which I'm not opposed to this, but this looks like a different OC that I kind of have on the back burner. So right here we have Maseki with, I think, paint markers painted on top of a pen and pencil sketch to cover up more bleed through from this page of Argenti from Honkai Star Rail, which I like this spread quite a bit. So to hide more bleed through, I have old sketch commission samples from previous years, so I stuck them in here since I was retiring them. But you can see my initial plan was to actually cover up the bleed through with sticky notes. Here's more planning for this particular drawing. So this was also done with the Artex acrylic markers. After that, I have a little sketch of Navia. I forget who told me to draw this, but that's why there's like a random Pichu on this page, even though I think Pichu and Navia would be cute together. So we have Navia. I have the redraw kind of sketch of my current icon from last year when I was redrawing them. A Gaming spread before Christmas probably. So we have very much of a red and green and yellow spread. I like the vibrancy of this page. This yellow is fun to play with. Okay, so more OC planning stuff. So eventually I will flesh out Selwyn, who is an OC that I made with my friend's kind of little prompt thing that they had where you were designing students of a magical school. So we have my OC Selwyn. He is associated with a little puffy round seal. And then this was the initial planning for Kaisen. So you can see that I was wanting an OC with kind of like darker hair that was a little bit on the wispier or messier side. I gave him a longer ponytail, and I decided to scrap that because I ended up giving it to Selwyn in the end. So yeah. And then New Year's happened, and I just finally kind of decided on what Kaisen was going to kind of look like. So this was done with a dip pen and some Sumi ink, I believe, or fountain pen ink. I would like to do this more in the future too. I want to try out a glass pen one day as well. After that, we have Pomu. And this is when Pomu announced her graduation. I even have like D13, so we have like 2 weeks with her left. So this was done in gouache and some colored pencils right here. The Pomodachi. So after that, I made the lazulite, and I'm thinking what else I made. The bonbongi one, I'm assuming, which is like, it's kind of like my phone lock screen. Ooh, you guys can't really see it. But yeah, he comes out in waves. So I made animated phone wallpapers of lazulite and bonbongi. These are just little reminders of when I make shimijis of specific orders for the frames. Here's a pen doodle of Reimu and some water-based markers. No thoughts, head empty. I guess I was just sketching Albin for fun right here with the ballpoint pen. Kaisen. So this is kind of like the first time I'm actually properly drawing Kaisen in my sketchbook, and I used to refer to this page a lot when I was drawing him because I liked what he looked like here. I did change his design ever so slightly. He has a longer piece of kind of like a lock of hair that kind of covers this portion of his face and comes down like past his jawline right here. Here's even more doodles of him. So a ballpoint pen for all of them for the line work. More so on these ones, and then I did the colored pencil route for a little bit of shading of the skin, and his color palette pretty much is mostly black, so I don't think there's really much to talk about here. So I guess this was when I was initially planning those OC scenarios for you guys to submit for me. And I think I chose a few. So I was trying to plan out a little bit of paneling and some dialogue for that. After that, I started, I guess like, which page was it? This page is when I started to tape in some of the calendar pages that I got from a gift. So they have like pretty flowers on them. I haven't been using that calendar recently since I moved offices. I liked using them to kind of add a little bit extra oomph to some of the pages. So this is one for Pomu as well. And it's a nice way to kind of keep track of your days of when you sketched in Sketchbook too. So it's kind of nice to have that as well as an option. So we have Pomu. This is like right when she graduated, I think. On the 19th. So I drew MLP, so we have Millie, Luca, Pomu, Candleman, Sweep, because I love watching her play Pokemon as well. So yeah, graduation for Pomu. After that, we have the Snow Miku for 2024, which I love this aesthetic. It's so dang cute. It's kind of like a cooking aesthetic, but the colors are my favorites, kind of like a warm brown and kind of teal combination with hints of orange and red, and it's just super cute. So if you haven't, look up Snow Miku for this year. Super cute. Wonu doodles for, I don't know why. I'm assuming this one's June. Looks like June more than Wonu, so it might be, unless I drew Wonu really poorly. But it doesn't quite look like June either, so it could go either way. I mean, kind of in my stylized sketching way if I do portraits. Selwyn. Okay, so technically for Selwyn, I want him to be a powerful healer, but he's lazy. Like super lazy. He doesn't like classes or school or studying or anything, but he's good at what he does. So I feel like he'd be a healer. So after that, I was doing the P crew. So I made Moriko from that. So we'll see Moriko a little bit later, but this is kind of how I was planning to do the P crew initially. It was kind of fun to do that and let people have a fun time making their own characters and stuff through that. Doodles. So I think these are based on Pinterest photos that I found, and I used a ballpoint pen and 2 accent colors. I guess this one I used 3. Doctor Ratio, so pencil sketch on this side, and then we have gouache on this side. After that, we have Ike Eveland. So these ones, I can tell pages that I gave up on. Definitely gave up on this one. I probably just didn't like how I drew his face. But mostly water-based markers here, a little bit of ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen. Oh, wait. I need to find which ballpoint pen this is. I'm hoping I did a video on this. I might have. But I like how bold it looks. So I might do this again. So this is a Reimu Endo from Nijisan GEN. And I kind of like the black with the kind of hot pink and a little bit of the lighter blue. Looks kind of neat together. Chongyun sketches. There was a purpose for this, but I'm not going to get into it because I think I'm going to abandon the idea. But I do like this spread. It's kind of cute. We're in February now. So yeah, just more. I think I was looking at Pinterest photos and just drawing them for fun, then using the water-based markers to kind of fill out the spread. The planning for Gaming, I don't really like the illustration anymore. I do like my sketches here though. So a bunch of thumbnailing here, some sketches, and trying to figure out the values. More Gaming, similar composition to this except for I went wider. More gouache practice, so I think I was using references for these three and then painting something mindlessly at the very end. Gouache and watercolors, and then here's Masaki with the similar kind of aesthetic as these ones. Then after that we have Masaki and Kaisen, and every so often I found pages where I could stick these little derpy chibi stickers everywhere in that made sense with the specific OCs that were present. OC flower drawing. So I was gonna do a whole thing about this, and I'm still gonna do the flower zine with my OCs, so this is just kind of more planning for it. And I might revisit these. I did do a digital drawing of this one, but I might revisit Kaisen in the future. And I have some titles down here for the zine potentially. A spread of my OC Kaisen, kind of with the dark blue and yellow, and then I used a ballpoint pen for the line work. Watercolors and gouache. So watercolors and ballpoint pen on this side, and then we have gouache and watercolors on this side. Some more sketches of Kaisen with a different kind of pen that kind of dispenses a little bit more ink. And I think I used colored pencils in the background and some graphite up here. Planning for that pixel video, I believe. Oh, and I was trying to plan out a halfway page, which I think is the next page. But yeah, just a bunch of planning and testing of different pens in the sketchbook to see what would smudge. So this little thumbnail, I believe, turned into this, which I don't hate, but I don't love it. But this is the halfway spread, which you can barely see right here. I like to do something that indicates where's the halfway point of the sketchbook, like way prior to me starting. So I usually write half once I start a sketchbook, so it kind of gives me more motivation to push through till the end. And then I test some new pens that I got recently as well. After that, we have sketches of my OC Sato. So done with mostly ballpoint pen, some red mechanical pencil to shade her hair, and a little bit of color with the acrylic markers. A sticker down here as well. Akemi, so my other OC, done with the, I think, Ohuhu fine liners, and then I picked out one kind of cool gray alcohol marker to kind of give it a little bit more of that monochromatic feel. After that, I did a planning session of doing an illustration that I wanted to do for Seungwon's, is that Dandelion? I guess this says Dandelion here, but I don't remember that's like the actual title of the song. But I ended up not drawing the illustration. I feel like I wouldn't have done it justice, but I did a little bit of planning anyways. Here I I was going to do an ASMR session of Chiori for this one, but I abandoned it. Here's more planning for a different video as well. So instead, I used this page to put my sticky notes and planning alongside with any scrap stickers that I had. A little page of my OC Sato with kind of the blue and a fluorescent orangey color. So water-based markers once again. After that, we have Akemi, so another calendar page where I wanted to match the colors as close as I could. So I drew Akemi a lot with kind of like forget-me-nots. Then we have Masaki, so done with a fountain pen, as you can see right here. I do like the pen a lot, but it just bleeds through the page a little bit too much because I love this ink. It's kind of like a mostly blue with a very small hint of green, if that makes sense. It's not quite like of a blue purple, it's more of a green blue. So yeah, I like that color quite a bit. More of Kaisen. So this is done with acrylic markers from Artex. And then I found another pen to work with to see how it would work kind of with this little hatching motion to fill in all the spaces, which I do like. And like I said, Kaisen wears a lot of black, so it kind of works out. After that, we have this Chiori spread, which was similar to the one that I did in the past where I stuck all the stickers in. We have my OC Masaki playing around with more of the colors alongside with, I think, my favorite pen at the moment, which is like it's the Energel Klena. And I do like this pen a lot, so I hope to use it more in the future as well. So here's Masaki. More of Masaki right here with very pale colors. I like this spread. I think it looks super cute. And just drawing him with a few different outfits. Kaisen doodling again. Random stickers and stuff I want to do in the future as well in terms of... I think this might have been for an animation. We'll see. There's a lot of OC animations that I want to do in the future. Oh, so... I did more planning for, I'm trying to think what this exactly was for. Not too sure, but because I guess I wasn't super attached to these, I ended up taping in the OC outfit swap challenge thing that I did. So kind of going in this order. Akemi is wearing someone else's clothes. Moriko's wearing Akemi's clothes. Kaisen's wearing Moriko's clothes, Sato's wearing Kaisen's clothes, and then Masaki and Koji are somewhere else in the sketchbook. A little matcha spread with alcohol markers. Oh, here's Masaki. So Masaki and Koji are right here. So Koji's wearing Masaki's clothes, Masaki's wearing Sato's clothes, and Koji's clothes went to Akemi's. So here I just kind of used it to cover up more of my planning notes and more of the bleed through. And this was also for the OC scenarios, so I was trying to plan out a bunch of things along with the dialogue and just the layout. More gouache, so I drew Hiro and Tsukasa. I don't know, I'm not super attached to these ones. I like the color of this one, but his head got a little funky here. So little stickers here because I thought it'd be cute to kind of fill in the gap. And this is an Ensemble Stars page, so why not? More planning. So I do a lot of like thumbnailing and sketching on sticky notes and just stick them in here. Probably didn't like Natsume's face, so I covered it. Here's more planning. More planning of Natsume. I think we ended up working with this one that turned into this. But I wanted to do another illustration of it in the future as well. Like a really longer kind of like print that I want to do. So another one of Natsume, trying to figure out his hands. Fremine from the video where I made the little Fremine figurine out of clay. A pink and blue spread from AR Live. Just watching it while drawing Reimu. These ones are kind of cute. So these were done with pencil crayons or colored pencils. Then we have Reimu again with water-based markers. I like this color combination actually. I think the gray kind of fits nicely with these two colors. Then we have Aventurian. I don't know. Not Not too fond of these three. This one's okay. You can kind of see I was going to put a hand here. But just pencil sketches accented with a little bit of marker. Then we have Kaisen, once again, just doodling whatever came to mind. My OC Moriko. I love this spread. I like this one the most. She just looks so cute. So yeah, Riko. With her hair down, with her hair styled. I'm gonna draw her more. She's super cute. I was supposed to fill in the spaces here, but I ended up just drawing Sato and Moriko together right here because they're best friends, alongside with what Pokemon I think would suit each of my OCs. So we have Masaki and Swadloon, Kaisen and Vileplume, Sato with the Alolan Sandslash, Akemi with Bronzong or Ryun Nicholas, Koji with Scraggy or a Pancham or even Tyrogue, and then Moriko with a Houndoom or a Shiftry or a Weavile. So yeah, it's kind of the route that I went with. 2 more stickers right here of my girls. So I kind of abandoned this. I'll come back to it in the future, but this is supposed to be Akemi's older brother. So I'm gonna tweak him a little bit and try to get more comfortable with his design before moving forward. After that, I have more designing, so I was trying to figure out Akemi's younger sister, which I'm still debating a little bit about, but I think we settled on something like this, maybe? More doodles of them. And their tentative names, we have Anka and Arakan. So yeah, I wanted all their names to start with the letter A. Then we have Kazehaya, or Tatsumi from Ensemble Stars. Misha planning. So I think I ended up doing this for the print. And surprisingly, Misha sold out when I was doing the convention, so that was kind of nice. More Misha sketches right here. So we used a kind of blue mechanical pencil and some graphite. Then we have March 7th doodles with water-based markers. Ballpoint pen and water-based marker doodles of Yejun from Plave. Then I did a quick one of Noah as well. I stuck Masaki on this side, kind of with like pastel-ish markers. Kaisen and Masaki, just playing around with graphite drawing. Sato and Moriko again, just hanging out. Moriko holding a drink and her wallet. More of Kaisen, so with his hair down. I'll talk about this a little bit more in a different video because I kind of want to draw my OCs with their hair like not styled at all. But yeah, just him, I guess like nighttime routine-ish. More Kaisen. I think this is like when my city had a really bad heat warning, so this is kind of around that time. Him chugging water, getting pissed off, you know, what you do when it's too hot outside. Because I think it was like close to 40 degrees Celsius here, which I know is not too hot for some people, but it's a little bit abnormal where I live. Beach time for Masaki and Kaisen, so just them hanging out. Dudes being dudes. Masaki spread, kind of him hanging out on a float ring. Did I show this? I might have shown this in a previous video, but I want to draw a Kaisen with just the biggest teddy bear, and I think it will look very cute. So it'll be kind of like a dark blue teddy bear along with him with a red ribbon. So I kind of want to stick with the blue and red kind of aesthetic, and this them teasing him because giving it maybe as a gift. More OC stuff. So this was for a different drawing, and I placed a bunch of like test stickers that I got from Vogue Race like a month ago. So we have like pixel drinks, little constellation flowers, alongside with little flower stickers here as well. Oh, okay. So probably on Saturday's video, I know this video is already long enough, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. Saturday's video hopefully will be me making this. I'll show you guys a sneak peek. Oh, he still has a needle in his arm. So this is the body. I embroidered the clover on the wrong side, unfortunately. It's supposed to be on this side, so it's like where his heart would be. And this is his head right now. His hair isn't like fully attached, so he looks a little derped. But yeah, hopefully it'll be like this, kind of. And I'm trying to figure out the rest of his like little hair bits that I want to place in. So a lot of places are not fully sewn in. But I want to make like a little tiny plush of Masaki and Kaisen, because if I go out on a trip or anything with friends, I would like to bring them to take photos. And I think it's just a cute way to like keep memories, because I've seen a lot of people take their what is it called? Nui plushes or their Niji puppets like out and about, and I think this is super cute. So I kind of want to do that for my OCs and just like bring 1 or 2 of them along. So I am going to finish up Masaki probably off camera, and then we'll make Kaisen together hopefully for Saturday's video or some video next week. Just a little planning, and I need to find a way to make a string thing for their heads so they don't get lost. Or I might get those like little ball chain, little keychain attachments. I think it'll look cute once I can fix them up. And then we have Firefly sketch just randomly before com prep, I think. Or not com prep, before the day I had to leave to go to the convention. Then more Kaisen sketches, which I think you guys saw for a video. I love drawing him. He's just fun to draw. I don't know if it's his hair or his face that I like. So these sketches were actually when I was in the hotel, I think the night before the actual convention started. So once me and my friend got to the hotel and we were just chilling, she was like playing her Switch. So I was just kind of sketching my Oshis. So we have Ike Evelyn, and then we have Reimu. It's like one on the bottom. We have this page. Also drew Reimu during that time as well. So I was trying to finish the sketchbook while I was away. Here's a sticker from Mako House, and then we have the little Polaroids because I could not be bothered to actually sketch on this page because I knew what I was going to do for the last page, which you can probably see a lot of bleed through. So I ended up doing the last page super simple. And I did this in the past too. And unfortunately I screwed up the coloring here. So I did it more pastel in the end. That says thanks for playing. I did not do the loading bar, and I decided to have it look like the screen is turning off. Similar to like a TV screen, like animation. If you turn it off, it kind of goes like towards the center with a flash almost. So that is the last page. I know it's really plain and kind of ugly looking as for the last page, and it doesn't really fit the same aesthetic, which is a little sad, but I literally could not be bothered because I really want to finish the sketchbook so badly. Surprisingly, nothing in the pocket of this sketchbook. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the sketchbook tour, and apologies that this video is always like super duper long. But if you are interested in any of my notebooks, I will be reopening my store either, I think, early next week or the end of this week. So I will make an announcement both on my Instagram and on the community tab. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out for it. In the meantime, let me show you the 3 designs that I will be having for the store opening. So if you're not a carrot, this might not interest you, but I will have this version, which is kind of like carrot color, pink band with a bonbongi on the front, and it says until the last say the name on the back. So that's design number 1. Then we have design number 2, which is the forget-me-nots version. So it's basically all blue. This is kind of the, what is this called? The spine of the book. Here's the back, which I think the back actually looks a lot prettier than the front, but yeah, the front and the back, just a bunch of forget-me-not flowers. And then last but not least, we have my hydrangea blank notebook. So this one I actually really like a lot, and the colors actually turned out super pretty. So this one has a purple band and a purple ribbon. This is the back side. Let me put this back on. And this is the back side, which I also really like the back side a little bit more than the front. I just think the composition of this one's a little bit prettier, in my opinion, and just like the larger flowers. But these 3 will be available on my store very, very soon, so please look out for it. I will also have a sticker book version of this notebook for any of you carrots out there. But in terms of which sketchbook notebook that I'm going to be working in, it might not be any of these, nor will it be any of the ones that I've made. So while I was at AnimeFon, I picked up a sketchbook from an artist that I actually really like, and they were tabling with another artist that I was hoping would also have a sketchbook available, but they don't. But I'm going to buy it online when it's available. So this one's from, I don't know how to say their name. It's either Peerlily. I apologize. I'll put their handles on the screen and in the description because you should check out their sketchbooks. These are freaking gorgeous. So yeah, very beautiful. I love the idea of like the sun and the moon motif in their eyes. This is kind of the back. And it's a nice, smaller, condensed square sketchbook. So it might be nice because it will be a change of pace in terms of the layout of the sketchbook, but also like the paper type. So this paper type's similar to previous ones that I've used from other artists. It's slightly on the thicker side and it's very smooth. So I'm super excited to try it out and hopefully work with a bunch of different mediums once again. So stay tuned to see which sketchbook I actually end up using. If not, I am debating between probably one of these ones. So either the 17 one because I'm in my feels right now, or the hydrangea one, maybe. I don't know. Blue is my favorite color, so I'm a little bit torn in terms of wanting to pick this one versus these 2. But these 2 are very cute, so we'll see. Or I'll just go with this one and we can pick one of these in the future. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this very long-winded sketchbook tour though. I'll try my best to condense it where I can, but thank you for bearing with me for the last almost 8 months with this sketchbook. I know in terms of like what I've been drawing recently or like how I felt about my sketchbook has been very negative. So I'm going to go into the next one more positive thinking and probably unapologetically drawing a lot of fandoms that I just really like a lot over and over again, or just drawing my OCs a lot. So yeah, be prepared for that. But thank you again for always supporting and watching my videos. I always appreciate it that you guys come back. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time in the next video. Bye!